This video is made for adult collectors because, wow, 40 years since the 86 movie. That's almost twice as old as me. It's kind of annoying, when wave releases don't happen simultaneously, because in Canada, this guy came out first, and then this guy came out, and this dude came out yesterday. And Megatron is not even out yet, and Scourge came out the same day Prime did. Why don't these all just release on the same day? Shipping, Hasbro, please. I don't know even if they can fix that. He looks like he's about to throw up. This was initially going to be just Hot Rod, but it kind of evolved into including these two as well, because, well, I have them, so why not? I didn't grow up with G1 or the 86 movie, sort of. Okay, that last part was a lie. I was born in 1998, so I was raised on reruns of Beast Wars, lots of rewatches of the Bionicle movies, this one is my favorite, and this 2006 DVD of the 86 film. I watched this a lot when I was a kid. I don't have that same affinity towards that film as people from its era do, but I like it, and the 86 figures they've made tend to be pretty nice for the most part. This is not the anniversary Hound, by the way. This is the 5-pack one, but as far as I know, there's no differences, so I'm including him in this video. And already something isn't right. That's the wrong Megatron. Yeah, for some reason, he doesn't come out here till like July or something, so I don't have him yet. I was a bit harsh on this Hot Rod figure back in the day for a couple of reasons. One, mine was a bit scuffed right out of the box. Two, I thought being negative would grant me more clicks. And three, I'm a bit more in tune with what I like and don't like now. I feel like I've grown as a collector to know exactly what my tastes are in figures that actually hit a lot of those notes. I still don't like the shoulders, but more on that later. What wins this for me though is the deco, for sure. It really elevates the whole package and brings this mold into a whole new light for me. The magenta and the orange mixed with the gray and the yellow accents and like a little bit of pink or whatever. To me, this is the best Hot Rod has ever looked at a mainline scale. And the plastic does feel ever so slightly better than the original from what I remember. And to be fair, they are using a new mix now that doesn't have the issues of the past, so I would expect that. So I'm less scared to transform and pose this thing around. Like, he went from something I ended up selling to something I very much enjoy and I'm going to keep for at least a while yet. And being one of those deluxe plus type Voyagers, he comes packed with a lot of stuff. You got the usual guns and saw thing, you got a clear blue matrix this time, but you also get his yellow foam pool sword and his shield from that iconic scene where he does this, I don't know. But you also get his fishing rod to recreate his introduction, and yes, the figure can actually sit and use the thing, and I think that's amazing. Oh, and he's got his flip down mask too. Now the other two idiots, Prime and Hound. Prime fixes 3 of the main problems I had with the normal 86 one. The smokestacks are finally stiff. They don't swing around randomly and all loose like. They added just enough friction in there that they still get out of the way for transformation, but they aren't gonna just spin whenever they want. The truck grill part, this was painted red on the original so it would chip during transformation. Mine was a tiny bit chipped before I sold it. Yes, I sold it, I'm keeping this one. But they made this part out of red plastic this time, so that problem is gone. Reduced to atoms, and then the truck mode pegs together better, but more on that later. Other slight tolerance tweaks and stuff are also appreciated, but the main difference here is the battle damage. The battle damage retooling is kind of kept to the upper body of the figure, with the window cracks, the hole in the torso, and these scratches, and the head. The hole is not in the right spot, but given how this guy transforms, I'd rather it be on the grill other than being on the side, because if it was on the side section, that would make that part super brittle, so I'm okay with this. I love the new head molding with the crunchy mask and the way that the ears are bent. He comes with his gun and his chicken tender that goes into his death blow gut wound thing. Hound is, well, just 5-pack Hound. Great for people who didn't want to shell out on the 5-pack or didn't have the money at the time. Now you can at least get 3 of those figures individually. Hot Rod's articulation is very good, save for the shoulders. The head is on a ball joint with some pretty okay tilt and some up and down. I wish it could tilt a little bit more though, but you do get a full rotation. The shoulders are those trigger happy style shoulders where they move at a slightly weird axis because the joint is on the outside, not on the inside of the shoulder, but you can still fudge it into any position you want. They're just really awkward and kind of weird, and I wish they weren't like this. You do get a bicep swivel and over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow, which is nice. The wrists can rotate and flick forward and back due to the gimmicks. The hand can fold around and there's like a little thing in there, and the hands can open and close. There is a waist joint so he can spin right round, baby, right round, and then fly away or something. I don't know. That was supposed to be funny, but it's not funny. It's really not funny. Hips have a lot of range going forward and just enough range going back as well as in and out. The thigh swivels are slightly limited. The sculpt bumps into the back of the hip thing, causing it to only go out so far at certain angles. He has a very nice knee bend and ankles that can pivot up and down. Then you've got an ankle tilt as well. This bit on the back of the leg though does not like staying in place on my copy, 0 out of 10. Still though, all around it's very posable. The other two are also unchanged from their originals and they look very good together. I don't know, these new decos and Hound are really making me want to get that Scourge again, even though I don't like that Scourge mold. This is not a transformation I've done in a while. Well, sort of. I did it yesterday to make sure the figure was, you know, fine, but I haven't done this in a while, and yet I was still able to remember how to do this without the instructions. It's a complex transformation, but it still also isn't. It works just how you would expect, and I like that. To start with, we're going to take these bits, fold them around on either side of the arms here, and then we're just going to straighten the arms out themselves, and I'm going to just rotate them up for now. Get them out of the way. Oh no, he surrenders. The legs, we're going to open these panels up and fold this section out on both sides. It's kind of funny to me how the MPG style gen is just the upper body of this and the lower body of Kingdom. Like they couldn't have done a little bit more to change it around. It's just the same thing, but you rotate this and then that closes up. Oh, the waist needs to rotate as well. Bring this up, close that up around the leg. Just bring that to the back like so. Then we're going to take the roof section, bring it up, rotate it. We're going to open this part here. Now, on my original copy, these two blue pieces were cracked immediately out of the box because, you know, old clear plastic wasn't exactly the greatest. It does feel a bit better now. They are still thin, but they're not cracking. So, you know, that's a plus. But you bring this out, and then we're gonna rotate this, open the hood section up, bring the head, fold it in to the body, and close this section up here. It will tab together. We're gonna bring this piece back. It's going to peg into the legs in several different spots. So you just get that nice and tight. Then you wanna take this arm section, bring it around. You wanna peg it into the windshield and then bring it over here, and it's gonna clip into the back smokestack, which is a little annoying to do just because the tolerances on this figure are a little tight in the shoulders. So getting all this lined up can be a wee bit annoying. This side's not as bad. It's not as stiff, but this side is pretty stiff. Once you get that done, you then want to open these bits up and just peg them into the sides like that, and then fold this up, and there you have Hot Rod. I really like doing that. My favorite Hot Rod is still the Titan's Return one because I don't know, I just like that one. But this is very close second in its transformation. That's a lot of fun. Granted, he does have his knees hanging out the back. Optimus Prime looks like he's smoking a blunt. There's really no other way to describe how this thing looks other than he's ripping a fat dart out the back of Tim's, waiting for the Leafs game to start just to watch him lose again. Even though they're using faux parts, I like how the damage carries over on the grill. Hound is Hound. Again, there's nothing really changed from the 5-pack version as far as I know. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Hot Rod though. Oh boy, does this look so much nicer in these colors. That transformation is still a wee bit fiddly, but the way this guy compresses and shrinks into his car is superb. This new pinky magenta color with the orange and yellow really shines here with the light gray side pipes and the big yellow spoiler. The weapon storage is more or less just forget about it, traditional Transformer and all that, but I genuinely enjoy this Hot Rod way more now. The colors and the build and the mountain of stuff he comes with, it's so nice and feels fresh and inviting. Prime's also really cool. Glad they did him as an individual trailerless release. I know there are a couple of bits that are gang molded to the trailer, but I remember Evan saying somewhere that they can just separate those or something. So I'm glad people can get this mold and not have to spend 130 Canadian dollars on it. And Hound is here. I like him. He's neat. So far, these 3 anniversary figures are really nice, and I'm happy with how this is going so far. I gotta wait for Megatron, and I know I'm probably not getting Scourge, but I'd recommend these, especially if you're an 86 fan, because these hit like all of the notes for me. But that's my look at 86 anniversary Hot Rod, anniversary Optimus Prime, and 5-pack Hound that is also anniversary Hound somehow. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.